Christmas. A time to take stock of the year gone by, to regroup your thoughts and prepare for the monumental assault of food and selected beverages on your body. From the first crunch of unharmed snow to about 3 degrees below, best get out of here before I freeze my toe. Summer seemed so long ago. Time to get serious and unearth the Christmas box. Not full of socks, but full of wonders to unlock. Not even played these games yet. Sure to cause countless arguments later. Ah, the complete collection. Claus, Chase, Stuart, Jingle. Essential Christmas hits. But where are my monkeys? Good to be acquainted with these chaps, it's been a while. The jewels in the crown, and in 5.1 surround. My good friend had the Amiga pack for one Christmas, I had the white brick of joy. It's that time again to read and review essential festive fodder. I really miss you, Mr. Des O'Connor. Wonder what will be on the telly this year. A load of old reruns, no doubt, will give me time to put on the sprouts. And what better time of year to indulge in some festive retro treats. A Christmas tree is no good without presents. Time to go on a journey. Some may say nerdy, but that don't concern me. Just remember to put on the turkey. Where we're going, we don't need any petrol. Just let go for the 12 days of retro. Extra presents only if you are good, to help reminisce about your childhood. Which reminds me, I need some firewood. Hard Trilogy. Always wanted to say that. Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without a bit of Die Hard. And Die Hard wouldn't be Die Hard without Bruce Willis. Well, it might have been, but imagining that alternate universe is a pain I am not willing to go through. Arguably the best Christmas film, or at least essential viewing for the festive period. And so good, one year I watched it twice. Actually, it was more than twice, as I had the Blu-ray playing on a permanent loop by mistake. Anyway, once upon a time in the dark recesses of the Sony PlayStation's back catalogue, a Die Hard Trilogy experience was made. Not just a game based on the first film, but 3 separate games for each film. And even better than that, each game is an entirely different audio-visual experience. An out-of-body Willis shooter experience, a Time Crisis-esque shooter experience, and a Crazy Taxi-esque Chase HQ experience, all presented on one shiny disc platter. Willis decided not to lend his voice to any of these games, but he did for the game Apocalypse, and I still don't know why. Control a pixelated version of a John McClane lookalike, and shoot lots of people in a car park for hours on end. Sounds more dull than fun, but it is more fun than dull. Although, with a difficulty level that's set to mild frustration with a hint of utter disbelief, I shall let you be the judge, jury, and executioner of this game. Enjoyed the game Time Crisis. This is not that game, but an approximation of what it might be like to be that game, with a chap that sounds a bit like Bruce Willis if you put a light fluffy pair of headphones on for the duration of this game. All mildly amusing copies of vocal tonality put aside for several minutes, this game boasts a really exciting arcade play that does make you feel like you're serving up justice and annihilating the naughty people trying to set up camp in a local airport for nefarious reasons. If you are lucky enough to still own a CRT television set, this game can also be used with the special gun called a gun con. No, I don't know what it means either, but I know this game is a total classic. Die Hard in spirit, but not keeping with the Christmas spirit at all, as the film of the game happened in the summer. I know this because it was sunny, and there weren't any baubles or tinsel anywhere. But we cannot miss talking about this half agreeable, yet increasingly miserly, on allotted time, crazy chase, driving action adventure. Drive into bins that explode against the clock, chase boss people and hit them till they also explode, alongside a groovy street soundtrack. This game really makes you work for your rewards, and you will die several times and hit several walls and cars, but something about it just makes you want to come back for more. Got to go after the bomb car now, with about 2 seconds to spare. You do have to hit them quite a lot, and it has already taken me several attempts to get to this bit. Oh, there you go again. Time over. What more can be said about Lemmings that hasn't already been said? Nothing. Literally nothing. I think maybe you're just best off watching the footage, and I'll see you on the next one. Hang on though. You may know Lemmings, but this isn't Lemmings. Well, it is Lemmings, but look, it's Lemmings in Christmas attire, with little hats. My monkeys are already jealous. My good friend is a secret Lemmings world expert, and he recently informed me that he has completed every Lemmings level ever made, on every difficulty setting. He is currently working his way through Neo Lemmings, a popular clone for modern times, and for people who just can't get enough of more pixelated perfection in the form of user-created levels, some at ridiculously torturous difficulty levels. Yes, not only did DMA Design give us a plethora of classic Lemmings games, the cheeky blighters also released not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 different holiday-themed Lemmings packs for you to enjoy. Christmas Lemmings started life as a demo with Lemmings 91, containing 2 exclusive Christmas-themed levels and 2 levels from Oh No, More Lemmings. Lemmings 92 continued a similar trend but doubled up the Christmas fun and contained 4 exclusive levels. Christmas or Holiday Lemmings 93 and 94, however, were fully functioning games with a full range of levels to play. Now if that's not the perfect Christmas present right there, then I don't know what is. We might as well stop the tape now. Nothing else to talk about. But we won't do that. Not yet. I asked my other good friend what he thought of Lemmings, and he said it was one of the best games ever made. Arguably. Well, I'm not arguing. I have another good friend who informs me that he has never played Lemmings in his entire life, which took me a while to get to terms with. I do hope he rectifies this small concern, as I am sure he will have a lovely time with it all, and I hope this video will help him make one of the most important decisions of his life. Control your tiny lemmings to help get them from the entrance to the exit with the aid of 8 special skills across 4 difficulty settings ranging from a doddle to excruciating pain. Climbing chap, floaty chap with little umbrella, chap that just blows up, chap that refuses to move out of the way, stairway chap, chap who likes to hit scenery, chap that likes to mine for stuff, chap who likes to constantly dig down. Lots of little chaps. Are lemmings chaps? I don't know. These lemmings are wearing nice little Santa outfits, and that is all that matters for the purposes of a Christmas game. Oh, I think I've really messed this up. I need my good friend's help. Pronto. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Everyone's going to die. Who on earth is Dale Lynn? I don't know. Santa's helper, sometimes known as Happy Holidays. Santa's helper for the Intellivision. Now, what am I supposed to be doing? I guess I'm collecting all the little presents, but who are those people who keep flashing? Are they bad people? Are they elves? There's no sound on this either. I think something funny's going on with this. I don't think this game is completely finished. Maybe it was just a test to see if people could bear to play the most terrible Santa game ever devised. Why am I walking through the house? Why am I the same size as the house? These are all important questions that I must have an answer for. Maybe I go down the yellow brick road. No, nothing's happening. I've got all the presents. I'm trying to return them back to, I presume, a house? Or a factory? No, doesn't want to do that. Why has he got a black sack too? I'm not a Santa bin man. Hang on. His face looks different now. Is that supposed to happen? Looks like I've got horns. Oh, maybe it's just a graphical glitch. Well, I can't say sound would have improved this game much. I can imagine the type of sound that could be used. But I am not convinced that would... Oh, there it is again. He's wearing a funny little white... Oh, I don't know. Oh, forget this. This is dreadful. Music's not quite right on this. Sounds a bit ill. Not the Christmas vibe I was looking for. We're immediately off to a bad start. Whilst I do enjoy the popular film of a small boy being left at home at Christmas and using inventive household items to cause peril to comedy robbers, I cannot say I was looking forward to playing the Super Nintendo adaptation, mainly because movie tie-in games generally do not have a good reputation. But sometimes reputations have to be put aside for the ongoing quest to find interesting and unusual games that might provide adequate entertainment and fun for all the family. Control Kevin around a garishly decorated house to search for traps and weapons to do justice to the robbers in a proper manner, just like the film. Who is this guy in my house? I don't remember a man with a bowler hat wandering around in the film. Am I supposed to kill him with a water pistol? That doesn't seem a fair fight. Home Alone was published by THQ, which already filled me with utter dread. I've played many a THQ game in my time, and all of them have been horrible experiences. THQ stood for Toy Headquarters, but this game is no toy. At least with a toy, there's an opportunity to have some fun and playtime. I'm not currently having any fun with this game. Maybe I should just jump up and down on the bed. Yes, that's a bit more fun. Comes to something when jumping on a bed is more fun than the actual game. And eat some pizza, just like in the film. Oh, there he is again. Hang on, what am I supposed to... I think I'm supposed to put things down the safe. I see, so the robbers can't get them. He's still here? No, this game is shocking. Oh no, indeed. These days are like the days before Christmas, because when it isn't Christmas, every day could be considered to be a day before Christmas. Or is it a day after Christmas? Anyway, this does not help matters or explain why this game is not called Days Before Christmas. It's called Daze Before Christmas. Is Santa in a festive-fueled daze after having too many sherries and mince pies? I don't know. And that's all we need to say about that. What's this? A cup of tea turned you into an evil Santa with horns who cannot be killed? Well, of course it does. Why wouldn't it? It would be the first thing I would think of if I was in charge of a game. Drink the tea, turn evil. No, that's not true. My weapon of choice would be the pickled egg. Sega's attempt to produce a Super Nintendo world-beating machine ended up coming second to Nintendo's almighty, superior grey plastic fun box. And this game appeared on both systems. Good luck trying to track down a physical copy of this game, as it currently goes for a monumental price tag due to its scarcity. The Megadrive version shown here was only released in Australia. The SNES version was released there too, but also Europe. The SNES version also goes for about 2 billion quid, if fully boxed and complete. The box explains that you must control Santa Claus as you try desperately to save Christmas from an evil mouse. All the presents have been stolen, and it's up to you to get them back. Well, I wasn't expecting that. But as you might expect, we are treated here to a platform game. graphics do a half-decent job, and at least I can tell I'm Santa. The game boasts an impressive 24 levels, which is mildly impressive, because I've just said it. I suppose it's okay, it's colourful enough. Music does have an ability over time to cause some major annoyance and irritability, but luckily you can turn that off. Although that does mean you're then playing in silence, which can cause all sorts of additional problems, some of which I'm just not prepared to talk about. If you manage to battle with your wits and will yourself to get to the end of the game, you will be greeted with a fight to the death with a massive cloud man, a game character so cute that you don't really want to kill him, you just want to invite him back to your garden where he can provide snow on demand. I don't believe it. I've completed the game. Okay, I did have some help. There are codes that you can use if you get a little stuck. Pleasant and harmless fun is all I can really say, so that's all I will. Possibly one of the finest James Caan films in existence, and boasting memorable performances from that bloke who was in Daddy's Home 1 and 2, comes a pixelated reimagining of Elf for Nintendo's often overlooked yet advanced portable fun simulator. Control an awkwardly large Will Ferrell in Christmas attire through levels and levels of white barren environments with endless polar bears that you need to jump over with pixel perfect accuracy to save yourself from minor peril. Enjoy 10 levels of increasingly mundane challenges in order to fight for what is right and to save Christmas. Well, I don't think I will be enjoying 10 levels. I can barely get off level 1. My good friend said he must have played level 1 of Super Mario World hundreds of times, and I believe him. I will not be playing level 1 of Elf hundreds of times, that's for sure, because after this I am going to erase the game Elf from my brain, and I would urge you to do the same. And just listen to this dreadful music on a constant loop. This game has become a bleak reminder of how a movie license is not always a guarantee of a cracking game. This game certainly wants cracking into a million pieces and never played again. Good riddance. Just jumping on fruit now. What's Christmassy about donkeys and Kongs? Nothing, until you unlock the secrets of a forgotten land, and as long as you already have a save game, you can unlock some Christmas merriment. Press L R R L R R L R L R, then enter merry. Just like what's on the screen. You might now be asking, what difference does that code make? Because everything looks exactly the same. But it's not. Things are very different. It means now every bonus stage is now delicately themed into a nice Christmassy feel, complete with jingly bells and presents to collect. Well, isn't that nice? Yes it is. Although it is rather tricky to find where all the bonus games are hiding, so you might need to do some additional investigation to ensure you have maximum Christmas bonus Prezi levels. Thank you. The cloaked gothic man with deep voice returns, literally, to this action brawler made by Konami, who were legends in the days of the 16-bit console wars. Waiting for a Konami game to come out provided me with much anticipation and excitement, and Batman Returns did not disappoint when it landed at my home way back in 1993, just a smidgen of time after the original film had come out. But minor marketing delays aside, the furious popularity of Mr. Mom playing Batbloke hadn't Bruce Wayne'd enough to let this game be a failure. If you like games such as Final Fight or Streets of Rage, then you are likely to have a similar element of fun with this well-themed brawler. Hit large clown people off bikes, throw enemies into buildings, and smash them into windows, all amidst a lovely snow-filled street. Boasting 7 different levels, but the clever bods at Konami even included an exciting Batmobile stage for you to enjoy, which I have absolutely no objections about. As you would expect from a humongous movie license such as Batchap, the game came out on numerous additional computers and consoles with varying levels of success, and I distinctly remember it being a pack-in game for the second iteration of the Atari Lynx. If you have an unnerving curiosity to track down additional Bat Guy antics, I urge you to do this carefully, for other Batfellow games don't always come up to the high quality of this particular bat-kicking action. Look at the size of that Christmas tree. I always thought this would benefit from being a 2-player game, but sadly it isn't, and sometimes in life you just have to accept these things. And they did that anyway for the Batman and Robin game, but that's not as good. James Pond 2, codename Robocod, is a light, fluffy platform game with a smattering of Christmas theming, and right from the start, it does seem to have enough going on to make it feel Christmassy. I wonder how high I can keep going. This just keeps going on for ages and ages. I'm gonna have to stop soon, as this is helping no one. Known as Super James Pond on the Super Nintendo, because most things had to be called Super by law. This game came out in 1991 and was released on every game console you can think of, and more you can't think of, and computers like the Commodore Amiga. Don't ask me to tell you what the game is about, as I didn't read the instructions to keep myself fully immersed into the time period where instruction books lay untouched, and it was down to your wits to work out what on earth is going on. I'm in trouble then. I think you have to sort out a bad guy who has taken little penguins hostage at the North Pole, and Santa's grotto is involved. It's up to James to save Christmas again and get all the Christmas presents back to where they need to go. To be quite honest, I've never really got that far into this game, so this will be a nice pleasant return to a magical land, and because you have a special suit, you can make yourself stretch just like I did earlier. Got a little plane now? Brilliant. Santatlantean. What on earth does that mean? Santatlantean. Santa's lantern. Sant-Atlanta. Ian. Oh, hang on a minute. there is a game called Atlantean on the PC Engine. So this is the Santa version of it. Santatlantean. Right. That makes much more sense. Kind of. Keen observers will note that this game came out in 2014, meaning that this game is a homemade reimagining of the game called Atlantean, which is a reimagining of the game Defender. Phew, glad we got that all straightened out. In reality, this means that this game is a reimagining. Yes, we've done that bit. Hang on, I've ruined Christmas? Bit much. This game is a shoot 'em up with a Santa theme, and that is all you need to know. You can move left and right and whiz around a bit and rescue people. And by people, I mean funny little gingerbread men. Crumbs. I think that's the turbo button. I found this game by accident, and by accident I mean by looking up curious Santa games on the information superhighway. But I'm glad I stumbled across this amusingly themed shooter. It probably won't hold your attention enough until New Year's Day, but there is probably enough here to get you past the difficult few hours post-Christmas turkey, when all of your favourite relatives have nodded off or slipped into a sprout-based coma. Santatlantean is one of those curiosities that reminds me of the time when I thought Christmas was over, but I awoke on a fresh and crisp Boxing Day morning to find one last present, which was the 1991 Beano Annual, thus restoring my faith in the world and ensuring I had enough reading literature to get me through the difficult second day of sprout and turkey sandwiches and sprout puddings. Why does Santa need to save the Earth? He's never going to do that in time for Christmas, surely. What's wrong with just saving Christmas? Now he has to save the Earth. This game also came out for the Sony PlayStation, but I've decided instead to stick with a pocket-sized approach to my Christmas fun and stick with the Gameboy Advance. Well, the first thing that becomes unbearably obvious is that this is yet another platform game where you control a Santa man and have to climb up ladders. And I'm not sure what else at this particular moment. I've got my sack, and what on earth is that movement? It's like he's dancing with a green sack. Is that my sack full of presents? Oh, here we go. Oh my word. What on earth do I have to do? You have to kind of dance in a strange motion and swing your sack at the enemies. But you have to kind of glide when you're doing it. This game is not making any sense. Why is my sack green? And who are these funny little caveman people? Look, it's the connecting and it's not even hitting him. The collision detection on this game is unbearable. What are those funny green blobs too? Are they presents? They're filling up something in the top left corner. Hang on, why is there a framed picture of a clown? What's that got to do with Christmas? You did not make it. This game's not gonna make it if it's not careful. Let's try again. Okay, got my sack, got my gliding motion, got my tubes filling up, although it's gone back down again. What's that? Is that a telly? Why is there a telly in a little ice level? Won't be any electric. Right, so you glide and run into the enemy. Okay, no idea what the green blobs are. No idea what the clown picture is. Come on, what is that movement? Think we need to pay particular attention to this music. More a few beeps and bops on a constant loop. What an obnoxious game. We're back again, where we need to save Christmas. What does saving Christmas actually mean? The dictionary would have you believe that it's all about rescuing something from harm or danger. When has Christmas ever been in danger? Danger from not happening? And how can you harm Christmas? By changing the fundamentals of its design? And not everyone celebrates Christmas, so not everyone would even be bothered if it's saved or not. If you are bothered about saving Christmas, then you had best get this game, where yet again you are Santa, and your only job is to presumably save Christmas. No idea what I'm supposed to be doing, again. There's pesky little elves running about, making a nuisance of themselves, but I can't seem to fathom where to go next. I believe you have to find bits of your sleigh and return them, being mindful of those naughty elves. There are only 3 levels to this game, and in the Christmas spirit, the makers of the game teamed up with Save the Children, and all profits made by the game were donated to the Save the Children Fund. Good to see there was some Christmas spirit left in the world in 1989. Putting good spirits aside, this game seems awful. Extra presents! Amiga Format decided to give its readers a present once. A 2-level demo boasting a crazy Christmas combination of sensible soccer versus cannon fodder. What a lovely idea. I remember many an enjoyable Christmas period playing cannon fodder, and the snow levels always reminded me of Christmas. Whilst I do not like football, I was actually partial to a little game of sensible soccer now and again. That just shows you how good a game it really is. There's not much to do here except shoot little football men with your cannon fodder people. But it makes an interesting variation and a nice little curiosity to discover for some light-hearted Christmas enjoyment. If you are feeling at a loose end, you may wish to play these 2 levels as a nice starter before tucking in to a main course of soccer or war. You decide. It's not up to me. This is your day. Cannon Fodder is a classic game. They made a sequel called Cannon Fodder 2. It is highly recommended for you to obtain these tiny classics, but we must press on. It's nearly time for another turkey bap. Another demo giveaway, and any game where you play a character called Cool Coyote has to be worth a punt, for sure. But this is no normal game. This game originally came out in 1992, just a Christmas-themed level of the popular game. But if you fancy continuing the theme and more coyoting, this could be for you. Cripes, the difficulty level on this game is astronomical. No, it's not astronomical. It's unbearable. It's painful. It's unmanageable. I don't care how cool this coyote is. Get him off my screen. Now. What better way to celebrate Christmas than with a Christmas-themed Mario adventure? Utilising the Mario World skin This is a hack. Clever manipulation of an existing game. Oh, hang on a minute. This is just Mario pasted onto the Days Before Christmas level. I'm not falling for that. They've just rebadged it. Doesn't even feel right. Just feels like you're walking around in someone else's world. Forget it. I don't care how many nice twinkly mushroom houses there are. Hang on, Nobby the Penguin's in this game. That's surely got to be a good thing. I bet you have to save Christmas again. Why am I in a huge bubble? Getting a bit fed up with all these Santa platform games, if I'm honest. They're not really doing anything for me. Jump around a bit, climb some ladders, fall off things. It's all the same stuff. Same day, different Santa. This game is for the Commodore Amiga, which is a fantastic computer. My good friend loved the Amiga. He loved it so much, he told me he has at least 5 working Amigas still in his garage. I asked him why he had 5. He said, I dunno, they're good, aren't they? I said, yes they are, and that's where the conversation ended. I offered him an Atari ST once for one of his Amigas, and he said, nah. What are those funny coins with faces? Are they coins? Or are they clouds? And what are those perfume bottles doing? Oh, I don't know. This is massively confusing. I hope you have a fun time, whatever you get up to. We must come to an unfortunate close. Jack Frost is not nipping at my toes. But who knows? I suppose I should put on more clothes.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!